Welcome everyone. Thank you for your attention. We are here today to present our paper for TIDAR International Conference on Economics, Management, Business, and Accounting. We are from Kelompok 8 Adiraja Saraswara Sanjaya University. My name is Tafdila Rahmaniah and my friends are Ari Winarni, Teresia Meski, and Rian Andriani. With our paper topic, Indonesia's Crossroads on the Path to SDG 3, an evidence-based analysis of systemic challenges and strategic imperatives. Previously, the world knew the Millennium Development Goals or MDGs. MDGs is a Millennium Declaration with the target of achieving people's welfare and community development in 2015. However, the MDGs era changed to Sustainability Development Goals or SDG. SDGs are global and national commitments in an effort to achieve better and more inclusive sustainable development throughout the world by 2030. SDGs stated in 17 points. All health issues in the SDGs are integrated into one goal, goal number 3, which is to ensure healthy lives to promote well-being for all people at all ages. The Indonesian government has expressed its commitment to meeting the SDGs target by issuing the presidential decree. Implementation is outlined in 3 planning documents: the SDGs Roadmap, the National SDGs Action Plan, and the Provincial SDGs Action Plan. Funding for Indonesia's SDG Action Plan comes from the state budget, regional budget, general allocation funds, special allocation funds, village funds, and other legitimate and non-binding sources. Indonesian Social Security Program, which is part of Indonesia's implementation to achieve the SDGs goals, especially SDG 3, and focuses on universal health coverage and universal health. National Health Insurance Program, named JKN, provides inclusive and equitable health service guarantees for all Indonesians and contributing directly to improving the quality of health and welfare of the people in accordance with the global targets of SDGs. As we know, in reality, the program faces challenges from geography, socioeconomic conditions, climate change, environmental degradation, and political instability.
So next, I will explain about the core paradox, national wins versus local reality. The good news, national starting has fallen to a record low of 19.8%. The bad news, this average hides a massive gap. Bali, 8.7%, East Nusa Tenggara, 37.5%. The dual burden we're fighting towards infection disease to globally for tuberculosis and rising NCDs, a silent epidemic of depression, anxiety, and chronic illness. Next. 3 major roadblocks to universal health. 1. The missing middle in UHC. Our national insurance struggle to cover the informal sector. They are too rich for government aid but too poor to afford monthly premiums. Result, minus 30% of all health costs are still paid out of pocket, pushing family into poverty. 2. The geographic and social economic divide. Your health is determined by where you are born and how much you earn. The East-West divide in infrastructure and staff means JKN coverage is often functionally meaningless in remote area. 3. Legislative uncertainty. The new 2023 health law removed mandatory 5% national and 10% regional health budgets. Risk, poorer region with the worst health problem will likely lose funding, dramatically widening the equity gap. Next. New hurdle and path forward from ASEAN. The new political hurdle, there's a tension between political wins and public health. The free nutritious meal program is budgeted higher than the entire national health sector. We risk funding visible program over building a resilient system. How we compare? We are lagging. Our maternal mortality is far behind Thailand and Vietnam. A proven lesson from Thailand, Thailand solved its missing middle problem by using tax-based funding for its UHC, not just premiums. It's a more quick, equitable, and stable model. Next. A 3-point action plan for real progress. 1. Strengthen primary care. Stop fragmented program. Make Puskesmas true one-stop hubs for TB, stunting, NCDs, and mental health. This is the single most critical investment. 2. Professionalist community health worker. Follow Thailand model. Give our cadres standardized training, a clear role, and a salary. They are the last mile solution to find TB cases and monitor child growth. 3. Fix the financing. Reform JKN with progressive premium for the informal sector. Use targeted central funds to help the poorest region that just lost their mandatory budgets.
Okay, let's pay attention for the conclusion. Indonesia's effort to achieve Sustainable Development Goal 3 show both significant progress and systemic shortcomings. Next, comparative insights from neighboring ASEAN countries show that fair tax-based health financing, a strong primary healthcare system, and community-based initiative can lead to more sustainable progress. At the same time, encouraging community engagement and leveraging context-appropriate digital health innovation are necessary to close service gaps. Ultimately, Indonesia's path toward SDG 3 requires a strategic shift toward equity, efficiency, and accountability, ensuring that health achievements are inclusive and resilient. That's all about our presentation. Thank you for your attention.